Hi, and welcome to my stampinscrapper.com. I'm Joyce Whitman, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I have some exciting news to show you. Look what came today, the new holiday catalog. Woohoo! And my goodies came today. With being a demonstrator, we get to pre-order, and oh my goodness, beautiful. If you went on my Instagram and you probably saw on here, I showed you a little sneak peek in the box. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to start creating. But this is the front of the catalog. Now, if you had ordered from me in the last 6 months, or you're going to my holiday extravaganza, you will be getting one in the mail. If not, if you haven't done that and you would love the catalog, please just send me an email at stampinscraper.com. I know there's only one P in there, or just go on to stampinscrapper.com and you can email me from there, and I will be happy to get one to you, or send me a message on Facebook. If you would be so kind as to share this video, I would love it. Okay, I have some cute projects to show you today. Now, the first one is, we're going to do 2 gift bags tonight. And the first one here is the gift bag. We're going to use 2 12 by 12 pieces of paper to make this bag. Now we're going to be using different paper than what I have here, but look how cute, and it has a handle, and you can put a lot in this. You can put a shirt in there. Now for excuse me, my asthma's coughing's kicking up a little bit tonight. So for one of Erica's friends at work, she put a bunch of little treats in here for her, and it was perfect. So this is one bag we're going to make. And then we're also going to make this bag. Now we're using cardstock, 8.5 by 11 cardstock with designer series paper. And I made a card that matched this one. Now again, we're going to be using different paper, but I'll be showing you how to make this box. You can see my camera's up a little bit higher tonight, and that is so you can see better on what we're making. So this is what we're gonna make. Let me move my stuff just a little bit. Well, I'm not going to be able to put it in right in there because of my cheat sheets. I need the area to work on. So what we're going to do is we are going to be using the Mosaic Mood Specialty Designer Series paper. Now we are not going to be doing any stamping tonight. It's only going to be making these gift bags. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one. So we're going to be using this beautiful, I don't know if you can see, it shimmers. See, oh, look at that. It is so beautiful. Now, the birdies look better going this way. You know, we don't want them going sideways. So when you do this, you want to make sure you have your paper going the right way. So on our first piece of paper, we're going to have a 12 by 12 piece. Let me move that extra piece off to the side right now, because we're going to only work with our first piece right now. And now on this one, I am using my scoring tool. I think you can see that better too now that I have the camera up a little bit higher for this one. Remember to use your bigger point because this is designer series paper. Okay, let me see here. I'm looking which way I want the birds to go. Okay, so this one we're going to do on 1 inch on the top, and then we're going to do 3 inches on the other 3 sides. So I'm going to score, I want this for my bottom. So I'm going to score at 3 inches. And then I'm going to do it at 9 inches. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to score it at 1 inch here because this is where I want my top. So I'm going to do 1 inch here. And I'm going to do at 9 inches here. Okay, so that's what you're going to do on your first piece. So we're just going to leave that one off to the side. I'm just doing the scoring and cutting right now, and then excuse me. Okay, then on our second piece, now we want to make sure we have them both going the same direction. What did I do? Okay, so this is the bottom. Okay, so these are going the same way. We want to make sure we're doing that. So on our second piece, this one we're going to have to cut down, and we're going to cut it down 4 inches on one of the sides. So that's why I had to make sure I knew where my paper was going the right direction. So we're going to go Okay, go up 4. Okay, I cut 4 inches off. So we have an 8 by 12 inch piece here. So I'm going to bring back in my scoring tool. Okay, now on this one, we're going to score it 1 inch on this side, 1 inch on this side, and hold on, let me think. Yes, inch here, but 3 inches on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to score 1 inch. Because it's 8 inches, we want 1 inch from the end. We're going to score it 7 inches. We're going to turn it, and we're going to score it 1 inch on the top and 3 inches on the bottom, so we'll score it 9. Okay, now we have our scoring done. So now what we want to do is, let's go ahead and put our big piece together first. We want to burnish all of our score lines. Do 2 sides. Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you're having a great day. And then we're going to burnish this up. Now, for the top 1 inch here, and I did this on my last one I did. I totally messed up the bag because I did it the wrong way. Okay, so you want, this is going to be the front of your bag. You want to bring this one down this direction. So you're going to show, when you fold it in, you're going to fold it in this way so that you can see the other side of the paper. This is going to be the top of our paper, of our bag, I mean. Okay, so now what you want to do on this edge here, the 1 inch edge, you're going to take your tear and tape, because we want to make sure that this stays secure. And I do want to say that I did not create this project. I learned this from Rhonda Wade. Thank you, Rhonda, very much for sharing this bag. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take that off. Oops, let me grab my tweezers. Here we go. And then just press that down, and that's going to hold that right in place. There we go. And then I'm just going to fold this again just to make sure those lines are creased. Okay, so now we're going to do some cutting. Now on these lines right here, this is where you want to make your cuts. And you're just going to go up to the score line. And do the same thing on this side. I don't know if you can see it. I tried to get my camera up higher tonight so that you could see better what I was doing. So what I want to do is, because this is what's going to happen, this is what your bag's one piece is going to be like. So we want to put adhesive here. And I use, whenever I'm doing a 3D project like this, I always use my tear and tape, because you want that strong hold on there, because they're going to be picking it up, they're going to be moving it, it's going to be carrying stuff. You don't want your pieces to come apart. So I'm just doing 3 here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take those off. Excuse me. And I found that for me, I use tweezers to get that off. You could use your take your pick tool, that would work. Your nails, for some reason with my nails, it just doesn't work. So this is the easiest for me to do. I forgot to turn off the volume on my computer. There we go. I'm going to quick do that. Okay. So now you're going to take this and you're going to line up the side here. You want to line it up. There we go. And we're going to do the same thing with this side. Just line up your edges. See how I'm lining them up? Okay, and then I give it a good press. Okay, so let's go to our other piece. Goodness. Okay, excuse me again. Now, this is going to be our top. This is going to be our bottom. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to do the top first this time. Probably should have done this on the other piece too. And I'm going to go ahead and get that adhered first. Oops. Using my gift card to smooth it out. And then I hold it there and rip it, and it has a great straight edge on it. Okay, I'm going to bring this back over. And there we go. Okay, now I'm going to burnish the rest of them. And when I ever do my folds like this, I always make sure before I press it down tight that the edges here are even. And if I need to do adjusting, I do that before I crease it good. And then our bottom piece, here we go. Okay, so again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut up the side here, just up to our score line. And these are going to be a lot smaller, and that's okay. Okay, so again, I want to put tear and tape on these to help hold them up. And I still put 2 on each one of these. Probably could get away with 1, but better safe than sorry. I love this DSP too, Mary. It's beautiful. And I have to say, I'm not a big bird fan usually, but this paper has really grown on me. I've used this a lot. Actually, I think this is my second pack of it. But wait till you see the designer series paper in the new catalog. Oh my goodness, beautiful. And I will be doing a paper share again for this catalog. I will have that out sometime this week. I will have out information about that. I will do a blog post about it, probably on Friday. My blog post will be about my paper share. I hope you can join us. It was a huge success last time. Oh, I did this the first time I made this box too. I forgot we need to put tape here. So it is a lot easier if you put the tape on before you connect it, but I totally forgot. So we'll do it now. And I put 2 on here because I want to make sure that this is going to adhere good to the other side, to the other piece. Like I said, this is a lot easier to do if you do it before you fold it. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I even told myself when I made the one that I just showed you yesterday, I'm like, oh, I got to remember to tell them to do this first before you fold it. And nope, I didn't do it. Okay, there we go. So press that down real well. I'm just pressing them down real well because I didn't use my gift card to do it. Okay, so this is, before I start, this is what we're going to do. We're going to literally fit this in like this, and it's going to come together like this. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take these off. Now I do both sides right at once. You probably could do it or one side at a time. Now, you could put the tear and tape down here, but what I like to do on this one is, because I'm going to be sliding it in and I want to make sure that it fits, you know, I can move it around a little bit to make sure it fits in perfect. I use the liquid glue on this part of it because I want to be able to move it around a little bit. I'm going to put quite a bit on there just because I want it to stay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide this in, and I put the bottom in first, put it all the way in, push it down, and I'm going to come and make sure it is lined up here. Okay, so I haven't touched the sides yet. I'm just pressing down the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to take one side and line it up first. I'll go up a little bit. There we go. And I'm just going to line that up. Oops. And I don't adhere it real tight because I want to make sure I have it lined up first before I do that. Okay, that one's secure so that I can press that down. And then I'm going to come over and do the same thing to the side. Whoops. I'm going to line up my edges. Oh, don't stick yet. Thank you. Okay, so see, I need to move this out just a little bit, and that's where using the liquid glue comes in handy because I can move it a little bit. I'm just pulling it down. I'll show you when I get to the top. I'm holding it down like this, and while I'm lining it up until I get it right where I want it before I push it up. So see how I'm doing that? I'm lining it up, and I've got it pushed down. And once I get it lined up where I want it, then I'll stick it down. Okay, that looks good. I got a bubble in it. Shoot. So let's see if we can get this. Oh, it's not going to come up. Okay, I got a bubble on the inside, but that is not going to make a difference because it's on the inside. Okay, so then I'm just taking my hand and I'm really pushing it down on here. Hi, Betty. Thank you for joining me from Oregon. Yay! There we go. And so see how it perfect lines up. Beautiful. So now what we're going to do is we are going to use where did I put my ribbon? Here it is. We are going to be using the beautiful mint macaron. This is the textile ribbon. It's 1/4 of an inch, and look how beautiful it looks with this. And it is in the mint macaron. So what I want to do is just take a punch, and I'm not like, there's no exact science. I'm just guessing, kind of making it in the center, and punch it to this side. Same thing, try to get it in the center. Okay, so now this is where the stylist from our scoring tool comes in handy. So what I did was I just took this, and I took the stylus and I pushed it through the hole, and it was easier to grab, to pull through. And then I just tied a knot in it. And I did trim this just a little bit with my ribbon scissors. And then I brought this over here. I want to go. Excuse me. Now when I turn it, so I wanted to make sure that it's going to be straight when I put it over here. Now I just guessed. I went, oh, that looked good. Here, let me lay it down like this. So I went, oh, that looks good. Oh, maybe a little bit higher. And then I put it here, and then I added probably about 2 inches maybe to it and cut it off there. There was no exact science to this either. Make sure I got this going the right way before I put it in. I'm making sure that it's not twisted before I go ahead and stick that through. Okay, so what I do then is I guess, oh, that's about where the knot's going to be. And I measure it again going, yep, I like that. No, I don't. And I like that. Even if it's a little bit longer, I'm okay with that. There we go. I'll tie that, trim it. And voila, there you go. You have a gift bag. How easy is that? Now you could put a decoration on the front of this if you wanted. The one that you will see on my blog on Wednesday, because I will have all the measurements and everything on Wednesday's blog post. You will see the one that I made for Erica. I used the Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper on hers. And what you call it, hers was given away as a gift. So that's one of the one you're going to see in the picture on my blog. And you will see that I colored the big Magnolia. I stamped it and colored it and put it on the front of it. It was really pretty. But I ran out of that paper. So we're doing this Designer Series paper today. So there you go. Now you have this strip of 4x12, so you could easily cut it off and make a card to go with it. I did not make a card this time. We're just doing the gift bags. The next project that I do have a card that coordinates with it. So I did not for that one. So let's go ahead and start our next bag. Now our next one, get out my little cheat sheets for my, okay. So we're going to be making this bag this time. And this is the one that is we're going to use our Designer Series paper, our cardstock with. So for this bag, let me put this one over here. We are going to be using terracotta tile. Whoops, sorry, I'm looking at your comments. Oh, thank you, Betty. This is terracotta tile designer. I keep saying Designer Series paper, cardstock. And what you're going to need is you're going to use the full sheets to 8.5 by 11, and then our Designer Series paper. You're going to use 2 of these. This is 5 1/4 by 8 inches, and on this one you're going to be 2 3/8 by 8 inches. And this is the card that I had made a while ago. I actually made this for a swap. And our emphasis for that swap was the Designer Series paper. And so when I was looking at this paper, I'm like, oh, I would really need a card to go with it. And it reminded me, so I coordinated everything with this because we're actually going to be using this ribbon too. So the two cards, the card and the bag, will coordinate. So we're going to go ahead and get us started on this one. Whoops, move this off to the side. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to take our paper. Let me grab my, okay. So what you're going to do on this one, grab one sheet at a time. Okay, for our first sheet, whoops, stylus is over here. We're going to score at 1.5 inch. Now we're going to use the smaller end of our stylus because this is cardstock. So since this is 8.5, we want to go 1.5 inch. We're going to do it 7. So 1.5 inch and 7. And then we're going to turn it and we're going to score it at 2 3/4. And you're going to do that on both of your pieces. So 1.5, 7, okay, yeah, 7, and then 2 3/4. Okay, so we're done with that. Okay, so now we're going to do our scoring, our burnishing. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut up both of these just like we did last time and just up to the score line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the tape on this one while I have this piece. Now, on this piece, again, this will go, you're going to tuck these two in. So we want adhesive on these two tabs. Okay, now on the bag, I want to show you, see if you can see See how these two are going to connect? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a piece of adhesive, and you only put this on one piece of the paper. I'm going to run it down. I'll do it closer to me. See if you can see. Okay, you want to go on the very edge of your paper here, because it doesn't overlap a whole lot. So you want to make sure that you don't have it being sticky on the inside. So I'm going to do that on both sides. And you're only going to do this part on one of the pieces. You're not going to do this on both. Oops. Okay. Let go of me. Hi, Debbie. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this one folded just like our other one. When you're doing 3D projects, you want to make sure that you have crisp lines because you want them to fold nicely. I'm going to go ahead and just go cut up here. Okay, I'm going to put adhesive on this. I know this part's probably boring watching me put on tear and tape, huh? Oh, it is really sticky tonight, which is good. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tear this off, take this off, and make this part of the box. No, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put on the front and the back designer series paper. It's a little bit easier if you put that on here now. And I'm just using snail adhesive on this. Okay. I think I want it to go like this. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this. We can't put the side pieces on yet because of we need to put it together. But this is definitely a lot easier to put on beforehand. Oops. Again, remember to get your 3 sides even. Hold it here, drop it, and it's going to be perfectly lined up. Okay, so let's get our box together. I'll go ahead. Okay, so we're going to fold our sides in. Got a little extra tape there. I need to fold it back. There we go. Okay, so again, line up your sides. Press it in. Same thing on this side. And press it in. There. Perfect. So we're going to do the same thing on this. We'll just set that piece off to the side. Go ahead and do this one. Now I'm just doing the tabs first. Okay, I'm going to fold these in same way. Okay, so I like to do a dry run to make sure that everything lines up before I take that tape off. Now, because this has the tape on it, this piece is going to go on the inside. So what you do is you just stick them in there and you line it up, and there you have your box. How cool is that? So I'm going to go ahead. They fit perfect. I'm going to take these off. Whoops. So this one's going to go inside. You know what I didn't do? I did not add the glue on the bottom again, did I? Okay, so it's going to cover the whole thing, so we're going to add the glue to the bottom. We want those to stay together, and I want to be able to move it around a little bit if I need to. So that is why I'm using the, what you call it, liquid glue this time. So slide it all the way in. There we go. I'll line up the first edge. Let's see. Trying to turn this so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. I can't lay it down because of the other edge yet, but the next side will be better to do. Okay, I'm going to just line it up. And you want to try to keep this, both of them straight. Okay. I'm just lightly pressing, so I want to make sure it looks good and straight before I do a tight fit. That looks good. Press it down. And then I can do a tight fit. Okay, so this one's easier because we can, it's already down. The one side's down, I can lay it on the table. Like I said, I'm just lightly tapping. Make sure that's how I want it. Perfect. Just flip it over and lay it down. And there you have your sides. How cute is that? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put on our sides. I'm just doing the snail piece of it again. Make sure we have to go in the right direction. Yep. And I cut these a little too skinny. That's okay. These are a little bit skinnier. Are they like that on that side? Yeah, they are. I guess I had more showing on the front than I did on the sides. That's okay. You could make these a little bit. These are 2 3/8. You could easily go 2 1/4. On this, it'd be easier to cut too. So I'll change that measurement when I do it on my Facebook. On my blog, I will change that measurement. I would do 2 1/4 instead of the 2 3/8. Okay, and there is your bag. But now we need to put a pretty bow on this. So I'm using the same ribbon that I used on the card so that they coordinate. And I keep mine on the spool. Now, I learned, let me grab my other tweezers. I forgot to grab them. I learned this trick somewhat online. Sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't, but we're going to try it tonight. I need a little bit longer. I am not the best bow maker, but we'll try here. So you tie it like this, and then you take your tweezers, these tweezers that go like that, and you stick it in the middle. And it holds it in place so that it doesn't become loose. So we'll see if this works. Okay, take that off. Oh, stay tight for me. Now this is a little bit thicker ribbon because I'm using the burlap ribbon on this, but I wanted it to coordinate with my card. I am sure. See, look, it's going funky on me. Okay, let's start it off. Let's do this again. I don't like how that looks. Okay. Like I said, I'm not the best ball maker. There we go, that looks better. Okay. We'll get her going the right way. Oh my goodness, it is being fussy tonight. Every time I loosen it. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. There, that looks a little bit better. But I do want to show you something. So, okay, so it goes this way. Like I said, it would work better with this type of ribbon. Does work better than the burlap. But I want to show you a trick that Rhonda did with this bag. And I'm going to just trim this. But since it is going sideways like that, I'm okay because look at, I want to show you this. So you slide this to the side like that. Then you take your card and you slide it. Oh, it's got my cheat notes in it. Then you slide it in here. In here, so you got to kind of move that a little bit more off to the side. And your card fits right on here. Make the bowl a little bit more off to the side. And my card fits on here. There we go. So you can put your card on the front of your package. And you can just have your bow here. You know, I would even probably with this one, I'm going to play with this a little bit. Not crazy about the bow. So what if we just did a knot with this type of ribbon because of it being so thick? Oh, I think I like that much better. We're just going to do a knot. Oh, I wouldn't have needed such quite the length of ribbon, but I think I like the knot better on this one. Yes, much better with the knot than a bow. There we go. Okay, so there you have it. It's called a card in a box with a card. And there you have it. You have your gift box. Your card's right there. Lift it up. They can see it. How cute is that? And then we have our other one here. Now these are both from the Mosaic Mood Designer Series. And look how cute they are. Aren't those adorable? If you could share this, I would so love it. Also, if you could let me know if you like the camera higher like this, or if you'd like it better the way it was. Now for this project, I had to have it higher, but for future projects, just let me know. And if you could share, and you guys have a great week. And thank you so much for joining me. And there you go. Bye-bye.